Let me record. All right, perfect. So even though I was able to do something like this, I turned a $274 into 3,302, and I was able to make $1,000 in 1 minute. And these are my receipts. And I'm gonna break these down in just a second. I personally think what's more valuable to you is understanding, okay, well, we get that, Dr. Kelly, that you did that. Can you teach someone else? Right? That's the thing. And the answer is yes. This is my receipts. I keep a steady thing of receipts from my clients, right? And I'm going to show these and break these down to you. And as you can see, there's a lot of different clients in here. And there are different amounts of money that people are making based on the percent return, based on how much money they're putting into the market, etc. So let's start breaking these down. Okay. So as you can see right here, this is Sister Sharon. Okay. And she made a profit of $56. I'm going to circle it with my mouse, and 37% return. So one thing I always teach people in the very beginning is, how do you calculate percentage return, ROI, interest? How do you calculate that? Now, you might already know that because of the field that you're in. You might already know how to calculate percent interest ROI, but want to make sure I go over it. So I'm gonna pull up my calculator. Okay. And what we do is we always take the amount of profit that I'm circling with my mouse. We put that into our calculator first. Then we hit the division sign, and then we put in the amount of money that the person started off with. So in this case, Sister Sharon started off with 151. So divided by 151. And now we get 37% return, which is what shows up in green down here. Now, the reason why it is so important to understand ROI, interest, profit percentage, is because we are taught to put our money in the bank. But unfortunately, the banks, if I go over here and put best savings account 2025, and I click on any one of these things, it tells you right here 4.5%. But let's click on it just to see if it gets any better. We got 4.5, 4.1, 4.20, 3.4, right? And this is annual percentage yield. That means you got to leave your money in the bank, SoFi, or in the Discover, or Open Bank, or Western Alliance, or again, SoFi. You have to leave your money in there for a whole year. And then at the end of a year, with your money sitting there, they're going to give you 4.5%. But with my receipts with my clients, I show them how to make this kind of percent, usually in a month or less. Okay. The minimum amount I tell my clients all the time you should be making is 12% a year. This is Sister Barbara. She's J18. And she made $1,120, which was 48% return. All right. And let's go down a little bit more. This is Auntie Millie. Okay. She put all of hers together. This is profit 1250, 550, 1185. All right. This is Sister Shonda. She added all hers up and had her K Day. We have Brother Marcus over here. All right. We got Sister Luz. She put together all these receipts and added them all up in one day and made 1,138. Now, I'm going to scroll down a little bit further because I want to show you in the old way of doing this so you can understand why people always put two of them together. Let me find one where it's just two. So many people are doing it nowadays. Okay, here's one. Brother Marcus. Okay. Now, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger, so we guys can make sure we see what we're looking at. All right. So now there's usually two receipts. Now they're making them so they put everything on one, but I like looking at two of them because it gives us a chance to see, when did the person get in? What day did they get in? And how much did they invest? And then what day did they get out? And how much did they make? So as we can see right here, in the first one, it has right here, I'm circling with my mouse, you bought. So Marcus bought this, and his investment was $2,300 on July 15th. Okay, I'm circling it with my mouse. Then on July 16th, he cashed out 3,639. So that's one day. And that means he has a profit of, it looks like it got taken out. Let me move that up. There you go. 1,339, which is 58% return. This is what I teach my clients to do. Like I said, usually in about 30 days or less. We just saw he did it in one day. And the reason why this is so important is because we were only taught to do this. Put your money in the bank where it's safe and make 4.5% after a whole year. And that's why I'm trying to tell people, let's not do that anymore. Okay. Because we got the stock market and we now can invest into it. Whereas in the past, we weren't able to invest into it. We didn't know nobody who could teach it to us, and we didn't have no access ways to it. I learned how to do this 30 years ago, right? But only because I read a book about it. And then when I went to the conference on it, it was only white males doing it. There were no black women in there at all 30 years ago, right? And they were charging $20,000 to learn how to do it. So all I could do is buy the book and read the book and try to figure it out from there. But I want to show you these because it's so important for you to see. And I'm just scrolling through more and more and more for you to see how other people are doing it. Now, do you have to put in $2,000? Absolutely not. Okay. These are people who have been doing it for a while and took my class and then decided, okay, cool. I'm ready to level up to $2,000. But here you have somebody who put in 220 and cashed out 400. That's $180 at 81% return. Okay. And what else we got? Michelle, she sent me a whole wonderful email. She made 100% return on Palantir, which is one of the stocks in my beginner's course. I told them, get this stock, right? The beginner's course. She put in $690 and she cashed out a profit of $690. Let's look at the dates. 3/17, 3/25. Okay. So in what is that? 8 days, she made 100% return on her money. So I always like to show y'all what's possible. And in my presentation tonight, I'm going to show more and more, but now we got a good idea of how to read these things. This is Dr. Ray. Yeah, Dr. Ray put in this one. This was her first trade ever. Okay. And she said, I know that you collect receipts. I followed your strategy on calls and just made 60% profit today on an option. I have never option traded before. I was hesitant, but I followed your training and took profit within less than a week's time frame. So she invested $280 and cashed out 430. And look at this, 3 days. Okay. So again, I just want to show you that before we even jump into the presentation. So now let's come over here. So now, how do we read these things? Again, you have a buy and a sell. Okay. This is what I always have my clients send me. Send me your receipts so that everybody can see what happened. All right. So now we see this was 11/12. This is the date and time. And this is the amount of money put in. And this is the date and time when the sale happened and the amount that was cashed out with the profit. All right. So I like people to understand how to read receipts, buy over here, sell over here. Okay. Whenever we're talking about options, there's only two types of options. So you might already know this, but if not, the two types of options are calls and puts. Calls and puts. Okay. Here's the easy way to do it. If you think a stock is going to go up, you use a call option, which I'm circling with my mouse. You can see right here. If you think a stock is going to go down, you use a put option. All right. Now, earlier I was asking, Sister Ayana, what she was looking to accomplish. And I have stuff for people who are income generators. You want to make passive income. People who are wealth-minded builders. You want to create a wonderful nest egg in the future, or you want to create generational wealth for your kids or grandkids. I'm going to have something in here for all different types of people. Okay. Now, I want to first talk about the three ways that we have been working harder but not smarter because of what they told us to do. They told us go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job. So then they said if you want to make more money, you need to work more. And unfortunately, that leads to a lot of stress. And a lot of times it leads us away from spending time with our family. Okay. They also taught us to trust our dollars with someone else. Back to the put your money in the bank where it's safe. Okay. And then but then if it's in the bank, it can't be working for us. And when I was younger, I know nobody specifically told me, your money should be working for you. If you get up and go to work every single day, your money should be getting up and go to work every single day too. Really? That's a thing? Yeah, that's a thing. Okay. But they told us and trained us to put our money in piggy banks as kids so that by the time we got older, we're like, okay, where does the money go? Bank. Where does the money go? Bank. And I'm telling you now, that is not the place where your money should be going. Okay. So these are different ways that we're told to work harder, but not smarter. And I showed you earlier what the old the percentage rates are. And this is the old way. Put your money in a savings account so it can be safe so that you can feel secure. But nobody, very, 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 very few. I'm sure there's one or two people on earth that's done it. Very few people have used their savings to get rich. Most people have used their investments to get rich. Okay. So that's one thing I want to make sure we do in here is teach people how we're using our investments to get to the next level of financial freedom. Okay. So we understand that there was an old way of doing things. Work hard, work 40 hours a week, and work till we're 65, maybe 72. But I want to show you the new way. The new way is called options hacking. It is the new way to invest in the stock market. And it allows us to take smaller amounts of money, but receive much, much, much greater profits and faster. Okay. So now this is a breakdown of the old way. The old way is in red. The new way is in green. So let me break it down. They taught us a long time ago, find a good stock, buy it, and buy shares. Okay. So at the moment I took this screenshot, the price of Apple was $182.31 per share. So if I want to become a shareholder, I need to spend $182.31. And now I have one share of Apple. And the idea is get up to 100 shares or get increments of 100. So 100 shares, maybe 200 shares, 300 shares, et cetera, is to get up. Those are the goals. Okay. So the old way is buy a share. Okay. And then if the stock goes up $10, then I made a whole $10 because I bought one share. That's the old way. The new way is to use options to control shares. Okay. So I want you to think of this book in my hand, this notebook, and I want you to think of this piece of paper as a coupon, an actual coupon. Okay. Options mean you have to buy stocks. You have to buy the shares. Okay. I have to spend $182 times 100. That's 18,231. That's this big old thick thing in my hand. Right. But with options, I can buy this little piece of paper I call it coupons to make it easy for people to understand coupons. And with this little sheet of paper, I can control this whole book. This might cost me $360. This would cost me $18,231. So I ask you, which would you rather do? Take $360 and invest or $18,000? Okay. That's why we have what I call this options hacking. Okay. Because I don't want people doing it the old way, because check this out. If the stock moves $10, you got one share, you've only made $10. But if you buy one of these little things and the stock moves $10, your $360 investment that you used to buy this makes this thing now worth $2,000. And now I can sell this to somebody else for $2,000. That's the gist behind options hacking. Let's look at it in action. Okay. So this is Melody. Melody was one of my clients back in August of 2020. Okay. As you can see, she made 231% return, or $2,500 cash. She invested with options hacking in the stock Apple that we just talked about. Okay. And you can see it right here in green. It says view Apple. Okay. Now, anybody can go back in time and look to see what was the price of Apple at the moment that Melody invested. So the moment she invested was August 21st, 2020 at 8:38 a.m. So when I went back in time, I found out that the price of Apple stock, the book, was 119 per share, meaning for 100, she would have paid 11,900 if she was doing it the old way. But because she knew how to do options hacking, she said, well, I'm just going to buy one of these coupons and I'm going to control 100 shares. And how much did she pay for this? Instead of buying the whole book would have been 11,900 up here in red. She decided she wanted to buy one of these little coupons for 1,085. Okay. Now, there is a secret website that I take my clients to, and I show them the whole list of these, and you can find whatever price point you have. Some people have $220. Some people got 1,000. Some people got 5,000. Some people got $80. Some people got $20 million, right? It just depends. You get to decide what you want. Now, here's the amazing part. When she got out of this trade, I'm circling it right here. It says August 24, 2020. Now, again, we can go and look right now and see what was the price of Apple at this exact time. I already did the work for you. The price was 128 right there, 128. Okay. So now let's think about the old way. If she had bought the 100 shares the old way, first of all, she would have paid 11,900. And if she had waited those 3 days and cashed these out and sold them to somebody else, she would have cashed out at 12,800. That means she would have only made $900, even though she invested 11,900. Okay, let's talk about how this worked. She bought this for 1,085. And the stock price still went from 119 to 128. But when she turned around and sold this, she sold it for $3,600. That's why options hacking is so much better than the old way, which is buying the shares and holding on to them. Okay. So in 3 days, she turned 1,085 by buying this. She turned this into 3,600, which is a profit of 2,515, or an ROI interest of 231% return. All right. So now I want to tell you real quick who I am and how I figured this all out. I shared with you earlier that I learned how to do this 30 years ago. In that period of time of learning how to do this, I opened up my own business and started teaching other people to do this. Well, why do you have a picture of your son there? Because one of the gifts that the universe gave me was the ability to recognize glitches in the matrix. Okay. I am an actual teacher and I taught everything from kindergarten to college. Well, because I was in that field, somebody told me that anybody can graduate from high school if they pass this certain test, no matter how old they are. And I was like, I don't think that's true, but let me investigate. Well, I investigated it. And I went down the rabbit hole and figured out that that was a glitch in the matrix. Now, you and I all know everybody's supposed to graduate high school at 18. But when I found this glitch in the matrix, I sat there and said, well, let me see. So I took my son, who was 9 years old. How old was my son at the time? He was 11 at the time, 11. And I sat down with him and I created a curriculum around this test. And after I sat and educated him every single Saturday, he went, took the test. And by the time he was 12 years old, he graduated from high school. Then I put him in college at the age of 12, and he finished college at the age of 15 with not one, not two, but three associate's degrees. Okay. This is him down here being interviewed on Channel 7 News in California. Okay. So I took that knowledge, I took that experience and that knowledge, and I was like, wait a minute. All right, let me see if I can find any other glitches in the matrix. And that's what I found. And that's why I created this thing called options hacking. Okay. Because I did. I went and studied and went down the rabbit hole of options. And I'm like, you mean if we do options this way, this particular way, people can start making money faster? Are you kidding me? You mean to tell me that there's a way to make guaranteed money in the stock market if they just do it like this? Oh my goodness, let's go. Okay. So that's what I started doing, is teaching people about options hacking. Okay. So in this, I learned a couple quick secrets I'm going to share with you. And then I have some a teaching thing that I want to give you, a couple gifts. Okay. So the first thing I learned, his first secret I want to share with you, is options hacking provides an easy pathway towards wealth accumulation and financial success. Well, what do you mean easy? Well, this is Parker. She's one of my youngest clients. I've had several clients who were 7 years old. Their moms put them in my class, my junior SOTA. SOTA stands for Stock Options Trading Academy, SOTA. Okay. So her mom, y'all can see me on the computer screen here. This baby's over here taking her own notes. Okay. And so I taught her how to invest in the stock market. That's how easy this is. Okay. This is another picture of with another young man. His mom put him in my class when he was 15 years old. Okay. His first trade, he turned $1,060 into $1,300, and his mom posted the receipts in our Facebook group. Okay. She said, proud Mama Bear, Junior SOTA member cashed in on his first trade from March. Okay. Purchased at 10.60, cashed out 13. Thank you, PG. PG is the ticker symbol of the stock that they use, that he and I used when we sat down and did our session together. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to teach you real quick. Whenever you see decimals, 10.6, that's a clue that the person is doing options. Okay. The other clue is what I told you earlier. You're looking for the word calls and puts. So whenever you see calls and puts, or you see something with decimals in it, okay, know that that's a clue that somebody knows how to do options hacking. Okay. And then here's another young client, was 21 years old at the time, and his first K-Day was a 10K day. He made $10,000 in the stock market in one day, and he was only 21 years old. Okay. He posted this on Facebook as well. Okay. Now, I told you it was easy enough for the kids to learn it, but I also said it was a pathway. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. Look at these two things and let me break them down. This is the same person. Okay. This is Ron. Ron took my class. Now, this is kind of hard to see, but that says August of 2019. Okay. And it says finished classes and jumped in head first. Thank you so much, Kelly DeClue. He made 201% ROI in 2 days on his very first trade. He invested $244 August 4th, 2019, and he cashed them out 2 days later, August 6th at $735. And I already explained to you, how do you figure out percent return? How do you figure out profit? How do you figure out ROI? You subtract these two numbers to figure out what your profit is. And then you take this number and divide it by how much you started with. Okay. So his very first trade, he made $491 in 2019. Well, this receipt here says March 1st. This is March 1st of 2024. And he posted this in our Facebook group, and he said Matter of fact, he ain't got to say it, but I'm gonna look at what he posted. $92,747. And this says past week. So let's step back and really understand what we're looking at. This guy started my class in 2019. The very first trade he did, he made $491. And you mean to tell me from 2019, he was studying and studying and studying and getting better and practicing, because this is a skill set, just like you would learn how to do golf, just like you would learn how to bowl, just like you would learn how to do basketball and shoot a ball into the net. This is a skill set. And he practiced and practiced and practiced to the point where he made $92,000 in a week. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay. So that's why I say that options hacking is a pathway, and it's an easy pathway. It's easy enough for the kids to learn it. And if you learn it and keep getting better at it, you're going to have success like this. That's the first secret. The second secret is, in a nutshell, you can make anywhere from $50 to $5,000 per month as a beginner. Okay. So this is Brother Cody. Brother Cody, as you can see from this date right here, it says April 24th, 2023. I'm circling it with my mouse. And this says April 27th, 2023. So we're talking about 3 days. Now, when did he take my class? He started my class in the November before. So we're talking about November, December, January, February, March, April. In 5 months, he learned how to make $3,287 in 3 days, or 87.5% return. Okay. And what did he do? He invested with a call. Remember, I told you, whenever you see the word call, you automatically know that's talking about options. Whenever you see decimals, you know that's talking about options. Okay. So he looked at Meta, Facebook, and said, this thing is going to go up. I'm going to buy a call. And he actually bought 2 of them because it says 2 here. And the other key word is contracts. That's what you're doing. You are buying a coupon or a contract that controls 100 shares. Okay. So he bought 2 of these. Okay. And then turned around and sold these to somebody else 3 days later and made his profit. Okay. This is someone else. He made his profit was $2,170. And he did this in Christmas, on the day after Christmas, December 26, 2019 and December 27, 2019. So he got in 1 day. So he was able to pay for all of the Christmas gifts within 2 days after Christmas. Put them on a credit card, let the stock market pay for it, turn around and pay off the credit card, and buy something nice for the wife. Okay. He took my class in, I want to say he started in September. Ron, who took my class in August, told Daniel about it. Daniel got in September, and by December, he's making $2,000 in 1 day. Okay. And then this is someone else. Now, Terrence has been in the game for a minute, but he had a $23,000 day. You can see right here in green, $23,000. Okay. And FYI, whenever you see this go straight up, that means as soon as the stock market opened, and the stock market opens at 9:30 a.m., that means his investment that he had already got into, maybe the day before or 2 or 3 days before, it shot straight up and he immediately secured his bag. Okay. This right here is my receipt where I basically used money profits from the stock market, because I made $104,000 in 1 day. And I turned around and bought this duplex. It says house, but it's really a duplex, because there's a walkway up to this door and there's a walkway up to this door on this side. So I teach my clients, I try my best to lead from the front and show people this is what you do. You take the profit, you secure your bag, and you turn around and buy tangible assets with your profits. And then the third secret is, after all this, the bottom line is it doesn't take a lot of money. Because see, that's one of the things that they told us and made us believe is, first of all, you have to be rich to invest in the stock market. I want to show you guys that that is a lie and that is not true. Look at these receipts here. This is Sister Angie. Now, if you see right here, you see that decimal of 31 cents? That's $31. Okay. And she bought three of them. So that means she invested $93 and she made 84% return and cashed out 78 bucks. Okay. Does it take a lot of money to invest in the stock market? Clearly not for Angie because she only invested 93 bucks. Well, maybe that's just Angie. Maybe maybe it's not that easy for anybody else. Well, okay, we got Donna. Donna started with $510 and turned it into $655. So she made $145 cash profit or 28% return in, look at that, one day, January 3rd to January 4th. Okay. Well, maybe it's just Angie and Donna, maybe nobody else. Well, let's look at Sister Elisa. Elisa invested $165. I'm circling it with my mouse, and she cashed out 210. And this was from July 2nd to July 11th. That's 9 days. She made 30% return. Okay, so we got $93, $500, $160. Okay, what else? Jerome started with 43 bucks. Okay, $43. He bought it on August 29th, sold his investment. Remember the little coupon? He bought his coupon for $43. And I told you that there's a secret website I take my clients to. That way they can look on there and be like, okay, well, I got $43. Get that coupon. And Elisa was like, I have $165. I want that coupon. And then Donna was like, I got $510. I want that coupon. It's up to you which one you want to invest in. So now we are very clear. It doesn't take a lot of money to start. Okay. And then we got Twana. Twana started off with $108. Okay. And so she bought this on June 5th and sold it on June 7th. So she paid $108 for this and sold it for $280. Okay. And what else? We got Ocean. Ocean started with $150 for his coupon and turned around and sold it for $1,030 on the same day. He turned $150 into $1,030 in the same day. Let's look at the receipt. November 18, 2020 at 11 a.m. November 18, 2020 at 2:27 p.m. That's what, 3 hours? 3.5 hours. All right. Made 586% return. So I ask y'all, do you have $150? That if you got $150, then all you need to know is the skill set of how to do this. That's all you need. Okay. So what else we got over here? We have Jay. Oh my God. Jay started with $8. $8 and made 125% ROI. Right? So just a couple more real quick. Avril, she started with 100 and made 207. That's 107% return. We got Kathy, who lives in Canada. She started this one down here with 180 and cashed out 300, 1.8 to 3.0. And this one up here looks like she started at 1.18 and cashed out 1.51. Okay, so 180, of course, means $180. 1.18 clearly means $118. All right. So I really want to make sure we are very clear that you do not need, look at this, $102. Okay, look at this one. This one is 118. Well, you do not need a lot of money to get started. This is Sister Nina. She made $32 in the stock market and started off with zero. She didn't have to buy anything at all. That is the secret strategy where you can make money in the stock market guaranteed without even buying anything. Now, let me share something with you real quick about that. I told you I learned how to do this 30 years ago. As all that time I spent, it wasn't until like 5 years ago that I found a strategy, a recipe, a stock market recipe where you don't even have to buy anything and you can make money guaranteed. I couldn't believe it, but I tested it because one thing I do is I test stuff with my own money first. And then after I make sure it works, I create a step-by-step recipe so that I can give it to somebody else and be like, hey, follow this recipe. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do this. Step 4, do this. Just follow the recipe. Okay, because I've put my own money into it. over and over and over and over and over again to confirm it works. After I know it works, then I teach it to somebody else. That's how I get down. Because again, remember, I was a teacher. I was an actual classroom teacher. So my whole mindset is, how can I help people get better? I mean, I got kids coming in my classroom in September and they leave in June. I got to make sure these kids know what the heck they're doing by the time June comes around, right? So that's my heart. That's my skill. That's my professional training, is how to make people get better. So when I found out these ways of doing this in the stock market, I created it and make sure, because most of my strategies are trademarked. I actually went and created these recipes and then took them to, what is it? Trademark.gov. No. I forget what it is. USPTO.gov. And I submitted my strategies, my recipes, so that I could get them trademarked. That's how much I believe in what I teach. Okay. So I really want to make sure you understand that options hacking is easy to learn. It is profitable. It's quick. And don't forget, you don't even need a lot of money to make money and get started. Okay. So I told you I was going to give you a couple gifts. Here are the first two gifts I'm going to give you. Okay. The first is I'm going to give you a quick little how we do this. Okay. So in this tutorial, here are two resources that are going to be the first gifts I'm going to give you. And then I have a couple more at the end to give you some free money. Okay. All right. So the first resource is a website called marketwatch.com. Okay. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go and find a stock, a major stock. Boeing is a major stock. Everybody knows Boeing. And you're going to do some research on reading what's happening with the company. Now, since we're not going to do this whole research, I want you just to read this headline. Now, I told you before earlier that there's only two types of options, calls and puts. When you think a stock is going to go up, you do a call. When you think it's going to go down, you do a put. Now, this is time for us to practice real quick. I'll see if everybody in here is tracking. Read this headline and tell me if you think it should be a call or a put. Thank you, Ayana. I appreciate it. Okay. Is this a call or a put? You can say it out loud or you can type it in the chat. And there's two hints inside this headline. What do you think? Call or a put? And again, this is how easy it could be. It really is this easy. Sister Ayana, what you think? Yes. No, oh, no. I'm sorry. I got all excited for a second there. All right. I got excited. This, there you, Elena got it. That's correct. Elena got it. Okay. Now, this word right there, sell off, was the first key that this was going to be a put. Sell. Okay, cool. Something's not good. And the second hint was the word drag. Those two things put together makes you think, okay, this stock is going to go down. I need to be doing a put. Okay. Now, look at this. This is a client that did a put. Y'all see right there where it says put? And BA is the abbreviation for Boeing Airlines. So this client did a put on Boeing and turned $495 into $3,040. So awesome job. Okay. And that's without even reading the whole article. Okay. Just looking at the headline gave us the hint of what was going to happen. Now, of course, my client read the article and went down a rabbit hole and did all his research, but I'm just showing you how easy this can be. Okay. Now, if you look right here, it says October 18, 2019, and the date of the article, October 18, 2019. Okay, so this is how easy it can get. So that's the first gift, is the resource marketwatch.com. Now let's play the game one more time. This is the second resource. It's called tradingview.com. Okay, this is a chart of NVIDIA. Now, these are what's called candlestick charts. You might be looking at this going, I don't know what the heck I'm looking at, but I'm going to teach you right now. Okay, and I taught one of my clients what this was. And then when I saw this, now I taught her how to do it a long time ago because, in class, I teach my clients how to do this. So when it came up in real life, I simply took a screenshot of it and I sent it to her and I said, Hey, great day to you, Sister Chelsea. I saw this and thought about you. What do you see? She said, That's a big bull flag pennant about to break out. Now you're probably saying, What the heck is a bull flag pennant, right? So I'm going to teach you right now. This is how easy this is. Okay. This picture represents a bull flag pennant. So you're going to find a big flagpole where the stock is just going to go up and 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 up. That represents a flagpole. Then when it reaches a high point, then it's going to start going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you can almost draw a triangle around it. A triangle is a pennant, a flag. Okay. When it squishes together to the bottom of the pyramid, the triangle, it's going to shoot up to the top. Okay. So let's look at it again. Its stock is going to go up, 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 up. Then it's going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And when it squishes into the bottom of the triangle, it's going to shoot up to the top. Okay. Ready to play? Y'all ready to play the next one? Let's look at it again. Let me know when you see the pennant, when you see the flagpole, and when you see the triangle. Okay. And when you see it, put it in the chat. I see it. And then I'm going to show it to you guys. Good. Ayana sees it. Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else? Do you see it? Good job, Ayana. Anybody else see it? Okay, take about 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and show it for you. Oh, now, Ayana, now that you see it, are you going to do a call or a put?
For this one, I would do a call.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, let me draw it for everybody. Okay, start here. The stock is going up, 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 up. That's the flagpole. Then it gets to a high point and it starts going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And it squishes into this little triangle. Y'all see me drawing the triangle? And then it's going to shoot out to the top. Okay. So NVIDIA, we're going to do a call. Let's see what happened. These are my receipts. I bought a call on NVIDIA. Okay. And because I knew exactly what was going to happen, I bought 6 contracts. I bought 6 of these things, and each one of them cost $23.55. So I was very confident. So I invested $14,000 and I turned around and made a profit of $3,400. And I did this in just a couple of hours. 3:22, 11:22 a.m., 3:22, 1:20 p.m. 2 hours, and I made $3,000. Okay. This gets very, very easy once you've been practicing the skill set over and over and over and training your eye. Now, I'm going to congratulate you because literally in 5 minutes, you now know how to read this. That's how easy this is. This is easy. Okay. So now we understand how to use those 2 gifts, MarketWatch and TradingView.com. Okay. So you can use either of these 2 resources, and there are a lot of other resources that you do need, but this is what I help my clients do. And the resources tell you which way the stock is going to go. And honey, there's only 2 types of these. Calls and puts. So either you look at it and you say the stock is going to go up, so you get a call, one of these, or you read it and figure it out and think the stock is going to go down, so you get a put, one of these. And then you go to the secret website and you just pick the one that's in your price range. And then you make your percent ROI. Okay. And this one, I made a percent ROI of 19%. Am I happy with 19%? Absolutely. Okay. The minimum amount you should be making with your money is 1% per month. So that's 12% a year. So if I can make 19% in 2 hours, I'm happy with that. Okay. All right, cool. I want to share a couple testimonials with you, and then I want to give you a couple more gifts. So, this is from Sister Janice. She said, first off, thank you, Dr. Kelly, for your guidance. I've learned so much from you. Your teachings, both in skill set and mindset, are the biggest contributing factors to the success of my stock options trading journey. SOTA is my extended family. I love the support and camaraderie as we learn and trade together. Thank you, Dr. Kelly, for creating this environment for all of us. So, like in my Wolf of Wall Street course, which is 12 weeks, where I hold your hand for 12 weeks, we all trade together. We make money together. All right. This is Brother Taman. He said the skill set learned from Dr. Kelly is one you can use forever. The knowledge gained will help you further your retirement or change your current living with additional streams of income when you apply them. Hashtag millionaire mindset. This is Brother Mansa Musa. This brother travels all around the world. He on Facebook all the time. He's talking about he going to Egypt next. He was just in, what was he just in? I think in Uganda. And then he was in Asia somewhere. Anyway, he's always going somewhere. Taking Dr. Kelly's course have not only gave me several different strategies to make money, but also have helped me change my mindset on how I view and manage money, which has been priceless. Okay. And then we have Sister Sasha. She said, I recently had the pleasure of taking a course led by Dr. Kelly. She is an incredibly patient, kind-hearted, and authentic instructor. From day one, it was clear that she genuinely cared about each student's success. Her teaching style is calm, supportive, and incredibly thorough, ensuring that even beginners like me could grasp complex concepts. What truly sets her apart is her dedication to every individual's learning process. She never hesitates to answer questions, no matter how basic or advanced, and always does so with kindness and a genuine desire to help. Her passion for empowering others to succeed in trading is evident in every session. Beyond just the technical aspects, she brings a level of authenticity and integrity that's rare. You can tell she's not just here to teach, she's here to build confident, successful traders who can thrive independently. And that is so important to me, by the way, because so many people ask, oh, do you give signals? Do you give signals? Signals are when I tell you what to buy. Okay. And if I tell you what to buy, I'm just giving you fish. I'm never teaching you how to fish. And for me, this is a skill set that can carry you for the rest of your life. I want you to have this knowledge and this ability to be able to see things and know exactly, oh, okay, cool, I need to do a call. I know I need to do a put. I want you to have that skill set. Okay. She said, I feel more equipped and empowered to navigate the world of stock options because of her. I couldn't recommend her course enough. Okay. All right. So I really want to let y'all know options hacking is the solution for where do I put my money? How do I make extra money in the stock market? Okay. How do I make passive income? How do I create generational wealth? How do I do it? This is the solution. With Brother Dwayne, he's teaching us how to put our money and make money with our changing LLCs into corporations. I help him put the money and let the money start working for him. Right now that you got the money using his legacy builder, and he teaches you how to do all that, and you're getting all these extra free money from that company that he shares. Now that you get all this free money, I'm gonna show you where to put it so the money starts working for you. Okay. This is Sister Sean. She said, I took the Wolf of Wall Street class and I made over 6 figures in 7 months. This is her when she came down to Puerto Rico for our trading retreat that we have every single year. So I really want to impress. Options hacking is the new way. It is so much better than working hard, working 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, doing overtime, doing a side hustle. Let me get another one so I can make some extra money when all you got to do is know this skill set. You ain't got to leave your house. It's just you and the market. And as long as you have this skill set, you can pull money out anytime you want. You ain't got to go work for nobody else. You ain't got to punch no clock. You ain't got to deal with no coworkers or a boss that is not treating you right or a job that even treats you right. I mean, we got people right now that are getting laid off, and we got people who are working and not getting paid because the government is shut down. If they knew how to take their cell phone and tap some buttons and know, okay, cool, that headline said sell off. That means the stock is going to go down. It said drag. That means the whole market's going down. That means I need to be doing a put. Buy put. Now you bought one of these at your price range. And then you go ahead and put in, okay, I bought it for this. I want to make 10% return, 20% return, 19% return. Calculate what that is, put it in there, and then it sends you a message saying you sold this and made money. Okay? That's why this is so much better. And it's also better than giving your money to someone else. All right? We have been taught to I think the reason why the scammers are so good is because they brainwash us to put our money into the bank and let them do it. We've been brainwashed. And so because of that, the scammers come along and be like, hey, I'll put your money somewhere. And then you give them your money and they disappear. Y'all, I tell you what, as good as I am at this, I don't want nobody giving me their money to trade for them. And I'm good. But because of where we are, again, my focus is let me teach you how to do this so that you are empowered. It's in your hands. Okay. Auntie Millie has told me she's 75. I think she's going to be 76. She is over there making $5,000 a week. Her husband is looking at her like, okay, because he's used to being a breadwinner in the house. And now all of a sudden, she over there pulling money out the market. She told me she paid for their trip to go to see one of their grandkids in Hawaii. The stock market paid for it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. This is a skill set everybody needs because none of us know when we're going to need extra money to take care of a family member who gets sick. None of us knows when a job is going to have some issues. None of us knows when the car is going to break down and we need an extra $800, okay? Or our kid needs something for basketball practice or baseball practice. Let me just pull it out the stock market and put my money to work so I can get what my kid needs, okay? So I highly encourage all of y'all to learn this secret of options hacking. I really, really, really do. All right. All right. Now, what I want to show you is a couple more things, and I have a couple more gifts to give you, and we're going to be done. Okay. This thing is so important to me. They did a study, and they found that 1 in 3 Americans has zero money saved for retirement. That scares me because there's 4 people on this call. Okay. That means at least one in this call right here, statistically, one person in this call is going to work and work. And in 2026, they're going to work and work and work. In 2027, they're going to work and work and work. 2028, 2029, 2030, 2035. And then by the time they get to retirement age, they ain't going to have no money saved up. Statistically. Okay. What I want for all the people that hear my voice, I want y'all to be in the top 8%. Look at this. Top 8% has you at least having 100K sitting somewhere in an account. That's what I want for the people. And I know you can do it if you learn this skill set. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I do want to share with you some of the different classes I offer. These are just some of the resources I share. Okay. There's a $20 money faucet book. There's a $47 cheat sheet. Okay. I share these because I don't know what your financial situation is, but depending on how much you're willing to invest in yourself, depending on how much you want to learn and how much you want me to hold your hand, and it might not even be me, but I just want to show what I have available. Okay. Now, this course right here is what is called the Guaranteed Profits course. Okay. This is my Wolf of Wall Street course. This is a 12-week live course where we meet every single week for 12 weeks. I just got out of my Wolf of Wall Street class earlier today. We're in week 5 of 12. Okay. I hold your hand for 12 weeks and you learn 8 different ways to make money in the stock market, 8 different recipes. And you get to decide if you're going to use the recipe that makes money guaranteed, or do you want to use the recipe where you can do passive income? That's why I was asking you earlier, which one do you want? If you want to learn all of them, this is the class for you. If you just want to learn the one where it's guaranteed and I can turn this guaranteed profits, I can make money guaranteed, and I can do that consistently, and I can create my own retirement fund or my own generational wealth amount for my grandkids, this is the course you want if you just want to do that. If you want to make passive income, right, where you're like, okay, cool, I can go ahead and take $300 and turn it into a profit of 180. Or I can take $500 and turn it into a profit of, I don't know, $1,000, right? That's this class. Now, all of these strategies, this is a recipe, this is a recipe, all the recipes are in here. But I understand some people might not have this much money. All right. If you just want to learn, again, invest in yourself and just learn one of the recipes, I'm offering today this one at a discount. Okay. Because I want people to learn this strategy. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you real quick, the reason why I want people to learn this specific strategy is, number one, because it's guaranteed, I was able to create a millionaire blueprint that I attached to it. What does that mean? That means that if you do this recipe consistently every single month, I can literally show you how to walk yourself into $1 million. Okay. That is how awesome that class is. Okay. It's not get rich quick, it's get rich slow, but it is get rich. Okay. And I love the fact that it's guaranteed. It is the only way to make money guaranteed in the stock market without buying a single thing. That one right there. Now, all right, cool. Well, what if you want to go a little bit faster? Okay, cool. This is the passive income class. Okay. This is a recipe that I call go big or go home. That's that class. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you, and I want to talk about this one because I'm offering it tonight at a discount that I want to share with you. Okay. So let me break that one down, and then I'm going to give you the last few gifts for tonight, and we're going to be done. Okay. So in this class, what would you get? Well, first of all, you would get a live coaching training module. Okay. All these people have taken this class. All right. And the value of that, the module itself is $15.97, where I sit and I teach you exactly what is the recipe. What is the recipe? So it makes it easy for you just to follow it. How do I find the stocks to use the recipe on? And where do I go and buy these? That's what you get, the first thing you get. Then you're going to get a private one-on-one hand-holding session where we go into the stock market together, and I tell you exactly, here's the app, open the app. Now in the app, you see this thing over here, tap on that. Okay, now you see over here on the bottom left-hand corner where that is. Okay, tap on that. Okay, now on this line, put this on that line. Okay, now on the second line, put this. Okay, now tap here and tap here. I actually show you exactly what to do step by step. And by the time we get off the call, you literally have more money in your account and you did not even buy anything. Okay, so you get that. The value of that one is $747. Okay, so you already got the class session. That's $15.97. And then you get this as an extra value for free. What else? You're also, we're too fast. You're also going to get the book that tells you exactly what the steps are. The steps of the recipe, you get the recipe book, an extra $20. Then you get access to a private Facebook community right? Where you can be among other people, right? Who already know how to do this. Okay. That way you get a chance to kind of see what's going on and what else is in that community. That's an extra 1,188. And then you're going to get a training module that teaches you how to get approved for options trading. So let me break this down real quick. You mean to tell me that I need approval to do options? Absolutely. You mean to tell me that only certain people who know how to answer the questions correctly, because there's a test. And if you don't answer the questions correctly, they won't even let you trade options. They won't even let you do options hacking? Absolutely. And I give you the answers to the test? Yes, I do. So the value of that is an extra $397. Okay. So all of this that you get, add all these up, that's about almost $4,000 worth of value. And the price of the class is $1797. So that is the discount for today. Okay. Now I'm actually going to do one better and do it for $1750 today, if you want to do it. All right. So, I'm also I told you I was going to give you a couple more gifts. We're not done yet, but I just want to tell you what I'm going to allow and share with you if you're interested in doing. Now, if you already know that you want to do this, awesome. Take a picture of this, keep it, and that way you can go ahead and decide to do it later on. Okay. If you want to do my Wolf of Wall Street class, just inbox me and we can discuss that as well. Okay. But let me share another thing I want to do, because I want to make this offer so realistically, what's a good word? I want to make it so juicy that you're like, dang, if I don't take this, okay. So here are a couple more bonuses that I'm going to give you. I'm going to let you come back and take the coaching session for free. Okay. Come back and take the entire class again for free. Okay. So you get 2 of these coaching modules. So now the value that you get is now $3,194 just with the first bonus. The second bonus, okay, is you're going to get not 1, but 2 hand-holding sessions. Okay. When people book my one-on-ones, it's $797 or $747, how much it is, right? Okay. So you're going to get 2 of these built into this class. Okay. So now the value of what you get is this plus this. Then you're also going to get an additional list of stocks. Okay. That I have all the stocks in there that I know are going to pay people well. You're going to get that as well. And the other bonus you're going to get is access to a mastermind group of everybody. So in addition to the Facebook group, you're going to get access to a mastermind group. So that way you can literally talk to all the other people who have taken this class. Okay. And then finally, the training to get options permission. I think I shared that one already. Okay. I also mentioned the Millionaire Blueprint. The value of that is $1 million because it literally walks you into becoming a millionaire. So this is a one-time offer for today, because I told you I was going to make it better for you, where you decide, well, you know what, if I walk away from this, I don't know what the heck I'm thinking of doing with my life. I'm going to let you get in for a deposit today of $197. Okay. And then 3 payments of $500. Okay. Now, I'm only going to offer that for today. That is a only thing. I have never done this before. All right. You know, the class itself costs $1,999 because you saw it right here. You go up a little bit. You see that the class is normally $1,999. I'm letting people get in just today for a deposit of $197 and then 3 payments of $500. All right. So that is where we are today. I'm not going to keep everybody on here because I know people can make a decision. I've seen people get on here and do this and drag this thing out. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to drop it in the chat just right now. All right, cool. Now, I've seen people do these webinars and they drag them on because they want to make sure that they sell you and sell you and sell you and sell you and sell you. I'm not doing that. Okay. Because I think everybody on here is wise enough to realize a good deal when they see one. All right. So this is an offer. Again, I've never done this before. All right. But the idea is I wanted to make this just as easy as possible so that people can make a decision that they know is going to help them out. All right. So, with that being said, I have a couple more questions, a couple more things to give you guys for free. Also, let me tell you the guarantee. I'm so confident that you will make money, that if you don't make money after attending the course and doing everything I show you, I will refund your entire course and give you an extra $100 on top. That's how much I know this works. Okay. I understand you don't know this works, but I know it works. So that's why I have such an ironclad guarantee. Okay. Um, Questions before we get into the last few gifts that I need to give you. Any questions about anything that I've covered today before before I give you the last few gifts and we're going to be done with tonight? Any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask whatever you feel like asking. All right. Okay, thank you, Stein. I appreciate that. All right. So the last thing I'm going to give you are these gifts. I'm going to just copy them and put them in the chat. Why? Because this is where your money should be. Your money should not be sitting in Bank of America. Your money should not be sitting in Chase. Your money should not be sitting in Wells Fargo. Your money should be sitting in one of these things that I'm going to be giving you. Copy. Can I get this recording afterwards? I might be able to do that for you. Okay. All right. And then the last one is this one here. Copy. These ones, I suggest you copy these down, copy these and put them somewhere. Why? Because they're going to give you free money just for opening an account. They're either going to give you free money or free shares of stock. I always tell my clients, get all the free stuff people are going to give you. Okay. Get all the free money. All right. So those are 3 different ways for you to open up accounts. These are the places you should have your money. Okay. After you figure out how much money pays bills, extra money does not go into a savings account at your credit union. It does not go into a CD. It does not go into a savings. No, it goes into one of these 3 places. Why? Because these are the places where your money can go to work and you can start multiplying your money and doing some of the things that you just saw my clients doing. Okay. So I'm always wanting to leave you with that kind of empowerment of, well, where do I put my money? This is where you put your money. Okay. All right. Any other questions before we finish today? All right. All right. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is, I think I have my email somewhere over here. If you have a question, I thought I had my email. No. Okay, cool. I'm going to type it in the chat. If you have a question, you can email me at Dr. Kelly at Stock Options Trading Academy. Spell it right.com. Okay. All right. So please, before we get off this live, please copy down my email, the 3 gifts I gave you, as well as the link for you to get access and get into this class at this amazing deposit amount. Okay. To secure your spot for the class. Okay. Thanks. What kind of questions want to get? Okay. Sounds good, Elena. All right. That sounds good. All right. All right. That is all for today. I hope you learned something. I'm positive you did because I always try to teach something to help people get to the next level of understanding. Okay. I'm always trying to bring free content and help people get to the next level. And then if they decide they want to get more information or they want to learn something, they can choose to, do one of my classes or do one-on-one or something. Okay. All right. You are so welcome, Ayana. It is my pleasure. My pleasure. All right, y'all have a good night. You're welcome, Fernando. You're very welcome. All right, y'all take care and have a good evening. Bye bye now. You're welcome, Elena. You're welcome. All right.